A university is not something that one simply opens, like a savings account or a jar of pickles. Any self-respecting academic institution was doubtlessly opened long ago by dignified people who wore bowler hats and spoke via subtitle. The world is a creation of the past, and it is our job to keep it all going and try not to touch anything.
There's a fly in here. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry. Students are reminded to be in two places at once.
You're listening to Campus Radio. I'm DJ Shorts, bringing you small batch homegrown radio with the pulp left in. Here's a musical palate cleanser that's sure to wash that pre-digested rubbish out of your ears. See if you can taste the difference.
Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Now taking students for scientography. In the science lab. Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember?
Talk about an actor by the name of Roderick Cushion. Now, if you listen to popular thinking, you'd think, now there's a guy who's given up on his craft. There's an actor that would literally do anything for the next paycheck. And sure, I can see how you could think that. But you'd be completely missing the point. When Roderick Cushion decides to do yet another truly terrible film, he's making a statement about the nature of commercial cinema. Thank you, Mr. Cushion, for fighting the good fight.
Students are reminded that you came here on purpose. Return to the hospital. Thank you. this, please drink some water. Thank you.
We've got a music review for you now. Over to Maggie, who's been to see the Boogie Nights.
That's right, I went to the Boogie Nights concert and it was great. The lights, the dancing and so on. If you like music, this really was music. I do think the campus could do with some better signage though. I mean, I almost missed the concert and this segment could have been a real train wreck if that had happened.
Distracted students should pretend that they're listening. The more you revise, the longer you've been revising. Photography lecture, starting now. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time.
At Bungle, we know what young people want in a motor vehicle. Independence. Fun. Woohoo! Wheels. Beaver from Bungle. The car that puts the E in freedom.
Students are reminded that some grades are personal. Students are reminded to find themselves. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
You know, I think the Orb Foundation gets far too much criticism. Sure, there's some dodgy information about how they're funded, and they do talk a lot about the Orb being the perfect shape. I can't be the only one sick of those adverts. But really, what are they, if not a group of people coming together to appreciate some beauty in this world? Personally, I think we could all learn a little something from them.
Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Students are reminded that this is the fun part. Students are asked not to ask questions. Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid. Skills are not transferable.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. I hear that another university has opened its doors to the aspiring bookworms and lab rats of 2 Point County. Listeners may remember that I don't like new universities because they're not old and therefore not any good. If they were, they'd have opened a long time ago. That's called logic, students, though I don't suppose you'd know.
The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Education is non-refundable. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt.
Welcome back. I can't say that I understand our county's recent fascination with opening pop-up universities on a weekly basis, but it seems appropriate to commemorate the opening of yet another fun-time house of real good learning. I thought we'd talk about the past, memories, and nostalgia. The feelings that things used to be, in some incalculable and all-encompassing sense, better. But why do we feel that way? Are we wearing rose-tinted glasses? Perhaps. Did everything used to be better? Probably.
Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog. asked questions. No, I will not be your friend.
I used to love taking the train, the steam, the crisp sandwiches, watching people's luggage fall. Ah, those were the days. Sadly, I now find the experience of using our county's rail services is missing one rather vital component. I find that everyone seems all too engrossed by their mobile phones. Now, I have no interest in talking to anyone, but what I did like was ignoring people. It's just no fun if they do it for you.
Students are reminded to set reminders. Plagiarism is not a belief system. It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. The summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year.
We all like a milkshake. But drinking too much milk can and will make you uncontrollably ill. Be safe and try to have very slightly less than that. This message is brought to you by the Milkmaid Corporation.
Staff are reminded to be inspirational. Announcement. The campus just got bigger, not necessarily better. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework.
I was recently stolen back to the days of my youth. Yes, after inadvertently trapping myself in the airing cupboard, what did I come across but my old wooden tennis clogs? It had been too long since I thought about my days on the university tennis team. It was said that the mere sound of our carved shoes were enough to cause eruptions of rosy cheeks and giggling on campus, although some believed that it had something to do with our shorts.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Now taking students for virtual normality. The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine.
Whatever happened to wooden tennis shoes anyway? The visual spectacle of tennis used to be accompanied by positive symphony, a sound like a company of coconuts dancing on a ballroom floor. Only wooden tennis clogs can produce such an enchanting auditory experience. But what do they wear now? Ghastly, squeaky things. And for what? Added grip? Light weight? It's practically cheating.
Announcement. The campus just got bigger, not necessarily better. Hard work may or may not pay off. Announcement. Hitting the books doesn't mean what you think it means.
The rise of the synthetic shoe is not confined to the tennis court, sadly. I'm sure many long-time listeners know that I visit Confetto's Cobblers once a year and treat myself to a pair of brogues, or loafers if I'm feeling scandalous. On my most recent visit, however, I was horrified to find that my dear cobbler had been replaced with an establishment by the name of the Shoe Zoo. But can one truly describe their collection of footwear as a menagerie without possessing a single pair of brogues? I think not.
Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. talking on campus. Thank you. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless.
Remember the start of the show? Remember when we were going to talk about nostalgia? Oh, what a paradise it seems. And yet, here we stand, talking about training shoes. Another vision gone awry over the savage passing of time. How fitting. How dreadfully sad. Things used to be better, dear listeners. How can you know for sure? Well, my show is over. They can't be getting better, can they?
Staff are reminded to care about students. Where your class is it really worth going? Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement. Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated.
It's the Harrison Wolf Show, baby. All right. This is Harrison Wolf bringing you the Harrison Wolf Power Hour. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about colleges lately. Lots of study here, learn so-and-so, qualification this and qualification that. But let me tell you something they don't want you to know. It's a scam. All of it.
Students are reminded to set reminders. Guests are reminded that you came here on purpose. Announcement. Hitting the box doesn't mean what you think it means. Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me.
We've all been quizzed at school, but what really happens during a test? You get a question, you write down your answer, and then some bozo tells you that you're wrong. But who's to say they're right? What's so great about their answers? If we've all got the same answers, then what's the point of there being so many of us, huh? I tell you, it's a crime that they make kids take their tests. Not a real criminal kind of crime, of course, but it's majorly uncool, and that's the kind of crime.
Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? There's a fly in here. Distracted students should pretend that they're listening.
I shouldn't have to tell you, but if Jumbo McNally's getting involved in something, you know it's bad. Jumbo University? Huh, what a racket. You can teach Mr. McNally a lesson by signing my petition to have him fired into space.
University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. End of year is approaching. It's too late to start trying. Year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now.
Get some gubbiny grub in your gob with cheesy gubbins. The essence of cheese.
Cheesy gubbins.
Cheesy gubbins. You know you want to.
Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. It's not your year, it's just another year. Students are asked not to ask questions. The campus is expanding, even more than usual.
You ever thought about why they're so keen to teach us to read? Think about it. So we can read what they write. Well, it makes so much sense when you think about it. It's just another way for them to control us. That's why I only trust the Daily Disorder for my news. They take the regular news and turn every word into an anagram, breaking down the code. You can't understand a thing. It's perfect.
Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry.
You think I got into radio because of some fancy piece of paper? No, sir. Radio is pure jazz, man. It's alive and unpredictable. You can't just learn it. Sure, you could pay some big shot to tell you which buttons to press and when, and that's fine. But that's not radio. Not really. Here's another previously scheduled song that I didn't choose.
If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension.
Here's a question from Kevin in Flottering. Hey Harrison, what was your favorite project in school? Well, it's a good question, and you gotta remember, just because education is a scam doesn't mean all those teachers are bad people. So, to answer your question, I used to like making the little volcano. It's pretty trippy to learn that volcanoes are full of vinegar, right? But how do we collect it safely? I don't know, but that's what they ought to be teaching us, man.
Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately. Students are reminded to be in 2 places at once. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you.
I never went to college. At least, I don't remember going to college. Anyway, I turned out just fine. Join me at the same time tomorrow, when the day sun goes bye-bye and the spooky white beach ball casts down its dark favor on us all. Good night.
Students are reminded that this is the fun part. Skills are non-transferable. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog. tuition is non-refundable.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. It's me, Sir Nigel Bickleworth, the voice coming out of your radio here on 2 Point Radio. Isn't it a beautiful day in this little county of ours? Not that I'd know, of course. No windows in the old recording booth. And while I have made several written requests to our management, this is actually just the way I like it.
Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Staff are reminded to care about students. Hard work may or may not pay off.
If it's quite all right with you, I'd like to discuss crockery. Any objections? No? Delightful. Yes, I don't know who needs to hear this. I'd imagine it's most of you, but plating is not optional. When you slop food onto a tray, you turn your food into slop. Remember, we eat with our eyes. Though I'm sure some of you will take that as an instruction to start shoveling chowder into your sockets.
Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid. It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. Enjoy your summer. I know I will. End of year results are now available. No unauthorized panicking. The summer is a good time to relax